What's good? Half Blind here with another video, and today we're going to be doing the top 10 reasons that Madden Ultimate Team 24 is in a better place than NBA 2K24 MyTeam is currently. But as you can see on the screen, there's actually some controversy that just came out while I was recording this, so we're going to discuss it a little bit, but I'm not going to put it into the top 10, although it really could be number 1. We'll just have to see what shakes out from it. I don't think there's enough information to talk too much on it and to make it number 1, because I feel like there's got to be more to it than this. If there's not though, this is a really bad look on my team in the first place. So as you can see, Kobe Bryant was supposed to be the collector reward for my team, and the main reward at that. So every card you have to collect, Kobe would be the one you get, and this is costing people thousands and thousands of dollars. And instead of it being Kobe, which they announced at the beginning of the year, it is now not going to be Kobe, and it is going to be an option pack with 2 100 overalls, not even including Yao Ming, which was the last release, and also a 100 overall. So that is a big deal to a lot of people. It's causing a lot of issues in the community, but we also just don't know a lot yet. So right now, I would say this could be number 1 on the list, but I'm not going to talk about it too much other than mentioning that it exists and that it could be number 1 on the list, because really Madden hasn't done anything like this. So this is pretty big and pretty bad. This could be definitely number 1 overall. But let me go ahead and get into the list with the rest of the top 10 that I had. And if this ends up being the way it is, well, this may be the number 1 that we didn't list as number 1. At number 10, Madden has 1 coin pack offers every day, and as you can see here, it changes up every day, and you get a pretty good offer. Yes, it's late in the season, so that's why you're getting a pretty good offer, but for 1 coin and you getting a pack every day, it gives you just a reason to log in. And honestly, some of these packs can end up being really good. And believe it or not, when I was making this video, I just opened 1 pack, and this is what I ended up getting. It ended up being a 98 overall. Again, yes, I know there's only a few months left in the season, but still, it'd be a nice feature for 2K to have. At number 9, we have events. And does 2K have events? Yes, they definitely do. But unlike 2K, when Madden does an event, it's a completely different mode most of the time, just like in this case, or completely different rules at least to the game. And what they'll do is in this case, it's a draft mode where you go through and you draft all the players from the NFL draft, and you get to play against other teams with other drafted teams. It's kind of a cool mode, and it goes with the promo they have. You get to try out the cards. Other times it's just house rule changes where it's just like maybe you're doing college rules or something like that. Just little things like that. Their events are more creative and not so much just here's what you do to try to get event themed cards. Number 8 feels like it should be higher on this list, and that's just saying how many things we have on this list. And number 8 is the theme teams. So as you can see here on the right side of the screen, it shows that there are different theme chemistries, and you can get a team chemistry for me, the Steelers. You can get promo chemistries for the promo pack cards. As you can see, I have a lot of Ring of Honor out there. There's just different chemistries that you can mix and match, and it's always been something that you could also do in EAFC as well. But the fact that that's not in 2K is kind of crazy to me, because you could make Bulls themed teams and have Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen getting bonuses off of each other. And you kind of do with dynamic duos, but you don't have a full team bonus like this where it just stacks the more and more players you get. So if you got most of the Bulls roster, or just a lot of Bulls in general, you could have a stacked Bulls theme team and run that, and a lot of people would love playing that way. Number 7, when you search quit bans in NBA 2K, you literally get a picture of Troy Dan's face. Shout out to Troy Dan, one of the great creators out there for NBA 2K. But what this is if you quit a game in Park, or if you quit a game in my team, really any of the multiplayer modes, you get banned for quitting for a certain amount of time. I've actually seen this happen on streams where streamers will sit there and play. I've seen this happen where it was not even somebody quitting and they got a ban that actually wasn't, it was a false ban. And it's been something that's been in the game all year. It's not something that's been taken out. Definitely would love to see something like a friendly quit like what Madden has, and that's the reason why Madden is actually better in this instance, is when you get up too far in Madden, then your opponent gets the chance to quit. They actually ask them nicely to quit. It's so much better of a system than what NBA 2K has going currently. At number 6, agendas stick around all year. So there are some lifetime agendas that are in NBA 2K MyTeam, but in Madden it seems like almost every one of the agendas are actually lifetime agendas and stick around all year. As you can see here, there's even a preseason agenda still up there. And why I like that so much is because it feels like Christmas sometimes when you're playing the game, because you're just getting rewards left and right, including rewards from the beginning of the season, which may not actually be that much, but it feels like you're getting something. Even if it's just some pack that you don't even need or some card that doesn't make your team, you're still getting something constantly from all the promos that they have sitting out there. The later in the year it gets, the more you just do something and you feel like you're getting a reward. So honestly, I like that a lot better than the 2K systems with old agendas and lifetime agendas, which there are not that many of them out there, and most of them aren't rewarding at all. Number 5, Madden has 2 different season passes, one for regular season and one for competitive. And before anybody asks, no, these are not paid season passes either. These are just normal season passes. Now I know with 2K they have 2 passes technically as well. They have one for Park and one for MyTeam, but the issue there is they're 2 separate modes, and we're considering MUT versus MyTeam, and the fact that there's 2 different MUT season passes, and the fact that you get them 2 different ways, one from just playing the game in general and one from playing more competitive modes, which we're going to get into a little bit with this next one. But the fact that there's 2 of them, it feels twice as rewarding as opposed to with NBA 2K. Unless you pay that season pass for the Hall of Fame pass, it doesn't really feel like you're getting 2 different passes. You just feel like you're just getting the one for MyTeam. Number 4, we're talking length and content of the agendas. So if you look at the Madden agenda here, it's actually pretty straightforward. You literally gain yards, and you can do it in any part of Madden Ultimate Team. And you have to gain yards. There's no other way of doing it. It's almost like scoring points in NBA 2K. You have to do it to win the game. And a lot of their agendas are straightforward like that, where you can just get them from playing the game. Most of the time, I don't even have to look at the agendas when I'm doing them to make progress on them. Sometimes I'll have to check if I'm like, all right, I want to go ahead and get this reward now. What do I need to do to get it faster? But really, if I just play the game, the rewards will come through and I won't even really have to think about what I'm doing. Take that in comparison to MyTeam, where you have these rewards that I almost think of as like torture rewards, where you're trying to get a steal. And yes, you get steals while you're playing 2K, but 100 steals, you have to go out of your way to do it. And it just feels like such a grind. Feels so torturous just trying to get that, and it really shouldn't be. The game's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to make you feel like you're stuck in a prison having to finish this to get your reward, and where you just don't even want to be on the game anymore because of how much of a slog the reward is. So honestly, how much of a slog the agenda is, I should say. It shouldn't be like that, and it's not in Madden, but it is in MyTeam. Number 3, I promise I will stop with the agenda talk after this one, but this one is really important to me because I am actually more of an offline player, so this is higher up on my list. Maybe it's not going to be as high up on yours, but for me it's high up on the list because in Madden you can do online or offline grinds. If you look at the picture here, it shows that you can do this through something called solo battles, or you can do head-to-head. You do MUT champs. You can do all kinds of different ways of doing the competitive game pass, or I should say season pass, however you want to say that. You can do either way, online or offline, but in 2K, most of the agendas, or I shouldn't say most of them, but a lot of the agendas are either or. You can do either offline or online, but in order to get certain rewards, you have to do those agendas online, and a lot of times they'll make a group of different agendas you have to complete to get a card. And when you do that and you pair an online and offline like they do, it forces people to maybe play what they don't want to play. So given an either or option in MyTeam would be ideal, and I know they can do it because they've done it before. It's something that Madden does, and I love that they do it, because honestly, if I just want to chill and play against the computer, I should be able to do that, even if it takes me a little longer. So I love that Madden gives the either or option, gives you the flexibility on how to play, I think that's so much better. Number 2, and in my mind the biggest gap is between 3 and 2, because 3 and 2 we're going from agendas to now we're going to be talking about gambling only content. And this is something that has caused a lot of the 2K community to leave MyTeam. It's caused a lot of creators, not even in the MyTeam space, to speak out on it. And it's something that really bothers me personally and bothers a lot of creators. So let's talk about it. It is where you see here, there's a certain amount of cards, right? You can see all these different names on the screen. Well, if you go to the next screen and you see the packs out there, you'll see that, oh, these are the same packs, but they have some new names in them that aren't out here in the player market. And the player market was something they introduced this year, and they introduced it instead of the auction house. Well, now there are certain cards that you can only get by buying packs. They are not in the player market from that first screen that you saw. They're not there to where you can get them at any time. You can only get them from opening packs and hoping you have RNG luck, which honestly, when you have odds like less than 2%, which to me, I don't even know for sure if it's legal. I assume it is if they're doing it, but it feels like it probably shouldn't be legal if it is. And you have less than 2% odds on certain cards to get dropped, that means it could be 0.1% or even lower. So getting some of these cards are next to impossible. At least with Madden, you have other ways of getting cards. You can get it through the auction house. You can get it through packs still if you want, but you can get it through auction house. You can get it through sets. Every card in Madden, there's a way to obtain it. That's not the case in MyTeam. At number 1, I mentioned it just a minute ago, but the fact that MUT still has an auction house. So this made it to where you can still get cards, even if sometimes they get a little expensive. This week, Cam Chancellor went up to 7 million coins, which is a lot. Even if you don't know the market, it's a lot of coins, but Cam Chancellor was still obtainable. That's not the case, like I mentioned before, on a lot of the NBA 2K cards, but they are in Madden. They're all obtainable, and there's ways that you can work the auction house in Madden to try to make coins, even if maybe they're not the most effective, or maybe they are. In a lot of cases, they actually are the most effective way of making coins, but it's something that takes a lot of time and not a lot of people want to do. This was taken out of MyTeam because of the fact that people were buying and selling coins. That's not necessarily happening on Madden. Madden, they set a lot of limits for cards where they have a minimum and maximum value to make it to where people can't just take a gold card and sell it for 1 million coins. You can't really do that as easily. There's still ways around it. There's still people who do it. But honestly, I think Madden's system with the auction house is really good, and it's really important because it does give people that avenue of not spending money if they don't want to on packs and on cards. And then if they do choose to spend money on packs and cards, more people are going to want to do that because it gives them more coins. You pull a Cam Chancellor, you just made 7 million coins, and now all of a sudden that Cam Chancellor has set you for the rest of your lineup, more or less. But when you do it in MyTeam, you pull the cards, you can't even quick sell them back for coins. You definitely can't sell them for the high amounts where you can build the rest of your team with it. The fact that they removed the auction house from MyTeam in 2K24, I get why they did it, but I do think it was a huge mistake, and I do think it's costing a lot of player base still, and I think it's going to continue to. It's the only Ultimate Team mode that doesn't have some sort of a marketplace, to my knowledge. With all this being said, I want to say that I am shifting my content towards football now. I'm not going to say I'm never going to do a basketball video or NBA 2K video. I'm sure I will at some point, and this has been what my channel's been most of this time, has been 2K, so it's been kind of hard to leave, but also I just really enjoy basketball, so I can't say I'm going to leave it for good. But with the fact that college football is coming out soon, I really hope to be your spot for all the college football news coming out with the new game and all of that. I'm going to try to, it's supposed to come out with more information here in May on the college football game. Hopefully I can bring you guys a trailer. I can give you guys the news so far. I can help you guys leading up to college football 25. And then, man, I'm going to be on that game a lot, maybe even more than what I'm on Madden. But I'm going to work on my Madden content leading up to it to just get into the football space. I hope you guys stick with me on that. I hope you guys, if you like this video and you stuck around this long, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys think that my numbers are off, or if you think there's some things in here that I didn't list, or maybe you think I'm not being fair to my team. Maybe there's a lot more pros to it than what I'm seeing, and maybe you still enjoy it more than Madden. Let me know. And also, one last thing I wanted to mention, I did not list gameplay in here because I feel like that is very subjective. You could like one gameplay better than the other. I feel like it's an either or. I didn't want to list that. I do prefer Madden's gameplay, but to each their own on that. Some people just like basketball games, some people just like football games. Didn't list that in there, but honestly, for me it's Madden. Let me know on you guys if you think, man, I just can't play a football game, or I do like one or the other better. But anyways, yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. Peace.